Hi Aries, this is your reading for the summer, and we have here the theme for the summer. Here is what you need to let go of, what aspect of your life is improving or growing during the summer, what you need to focus on this summer, how to do that, and what are the benefits of doing the work. For you here, you have Eight of Swords as the theme for this summer, and it's clarified by Four of Pentacles, Nine of Swords, and Three of Swords. Now, I don't know what happened in your past, but from these cards, I can already tell that you've been struggling a lot lately, whether this has been for like a few months or a few years. It's something that almost made you get trapped in your own head, because this card, this is like a mental prison here. This woman is blindfolded and her hands are tied, and she's surrounded by this sort of wall of swords, but in reality her hands are tied with a silky scarf. She could easily take it off. Her blindfold can easily be taken off. She could easily walk away, but it's in her mind that she thinks she doesn't, so she stays there, trapped, feeling trapped. And this is how you feel. Now, it doesn't mean that this summer you're going to feel like that. It's more like this is something to keep in mind, that perhaps all of the struggle that you've been through has made you, you've probably created some sort of negative pattern that you keep going into. It's like a loop, and you're finding very hard to get out of it. Now, from what I can tell here, you're also kind of attached to this suffering, to this type of overthinking. It's not like you do it on purpose, of course. It's more like you have become very familiar with the pain. It's like you're afraid to change something, you're afraid to work on it. You're scared to put the effort into trying to break this cycle, because this has become your comfort zone. And breaking this cycle and trying to change might push you in an unknown direction, right? And changes are hard on us. We usually fear them. We never think, or we rarely think, that change is good. Most of the time, we think it's something to be frightened of, because we don't know what it is. We're just too afraid of the unknown. And that's what I feel here that's happening in your case. You have become somewhat accustomed to the pain, although you find it very difficult to live with it. It's something that you know, you're familiar with it, and you think you know how to handle it, and just you live your life like that. And it shouldn't be like that. This is what this card is saying for you this summer, that this is no way to live. You can be better. You can get out of this. Now, what you need to let go of, you have the Judgment card here, and it's clarified by the Magician, Six of Swords, Three of Cups, and the Hangman. And I feel like with this Judgment card, it's like you're being too harsh on others or yourself. And it feels like you are looking for someone to blame for your troubles, for your struggle. And even though that's normal, the energy that I'm seeing here is that you're being told that you're a great manifester, right? You can manifest anything you want. So When you put your energy into blaming others or being too harsh on yourself, you're not creating positive things to come into your experience. You're kind of, you remain stuck. It doesn't let you to move forward. And I can tell here that what could help you to let go of this are those close friends that you have, or some family, or it may even be just one person, someone that you can confide into, someone that you feel yourself with, someone that you can go out and have fun with and relax and just be 100% yourself. This might help you um, release this judgment trait here, because we all judge people, right? We do it, I don't know why, because it's easy, because we all know that it's not right and that sometimes it's mean, but we think that if that other person doesn't know, it's fine. It's just words, but it's not just words. It's energy that you're putting out into the universe. And I feel like if you would try to stop yourself from doing that and just change your perspective a bit with the hangman. He tied himself with his head upside down so that he can see things from a different perspective. And perhaps instead of judging, when you catch yourself judging, maybe you should think that you're just observing. Just say to yourself, I'm not judging, I'm just observing. And if you say that, it's like when you observe, you notice the bad parts, but you also notice the good parts because it's an observation, right? So it makes you impartial, because it might be hard to stop the judgment altogether, especially if it's something that you've been doing without realizing for a long time. I'm not saying that you're a judgmental person. I'm saying that sometimes we compare each other to others, and our ego tells us to try to find some negative traits when we look at someone else, so that we can make each other, we can make us feel better about ourselves, right? The next card you have is about what's growing in your life, what's expanding in your life this summer. And you have the Five of Pentacles, Five of Coins here. And it's clarified by Six of Cups, Queen of Swords, and Ten of Swords. Now, this is the energy of feeling left behind, or feeling abandoned, or left out in the cold, or getting fired. I'm not saying that you will get fired this summer. All I'm saying is that this is an issue in your life, this kind of feeling of being alone and left behind. It can be resolved this summer. Certain things will happen that will help you change this feeling of being alone and lonely, not just alone, but also lonely. And I see here with the Queen of Swords, this is a person that comes into your life, or is perhaps already into your life, because they're either someone that you've known since you were little, or it's someone that you know from a past life. The Queen of Swords is this energy of a wise woman, an older woman that's very wise and very direct and very honest, without being rude or disrespectful. Sort of like when I first saw the cards, I felt like it was the energy of a grandmother that knows when to be kind and sweet, but also when to speak her mind. And even though it may bother some people, she sticks to what she thinks. She's very opinionated, but she's almost always right. It can be a grandmother for you, but it can also be someone that you meet this summer. So perhaps you should keep an eye out for that. Um, if you notice someone that is trying to get close to you, or maybe not even getting close to you, just in your surroundings, they might offer you some wisdom, they might offer you some advice that you should keep in mind, because it will help you move out of this energy of feeling abandoned. The next card you have is the Tower, and it's what you need to focus on this summer. And it's clarified by Knight of Swords, Ten of Wands, Temperance, Queen of Pentacles, and Page of Swords. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to focus on that energy of destroying something, because the Tower is the destruction of something that isn't stable. You don't have to create chaos in your life. It's not that you have to focus on, but more about being more yourself and more direct, more speaking your mind. A lot like the Queen of Swords here. You might wanna borrow some traits from this energy of Queen of Swords. We all have it in us, that's for sure. It's just that some people can easily access this energy and some find it more difficult. Either way, it feels like if you are being honest, if you are expressing your opinions without trying to please other people, if you feel like you're too much of a people pleaser and you're trying to change that, this summer is the perfect time. And it is true that it may cause some people to distance themselves from you. Some people might be bothered by your opinion, by who you are, by what you have to say. But those are the people that you don't really need in your life anyway. It's like when you're being honest, those who stay around you and those who stay connected to you, those are the people that you want to keep in your life. And whoever falls away, they're meant to fall away. You don't have to struggle to keep them in your life. They're just not meant to be in your life, not at this time anyway. So this is what the Tower is about. That's what you need to focus on. Not being afraid of expressing yourself, of being yourself, because it feels like you have a lot of things to say. You have a lot of opinions, you have a lot of ideas, but it's like you're keeping it to yourself, and it's almost like a burden. You can't be your genuine self, and it's weighing heavy on you. Now, of course, you should be frank and honest with everyone around you. You should express yourself, but you should also try to do it in a respectful manner. Try to be kind, try to be gentle, and not too harsh, because sometimes the Knight of Swords, he's so fast and so determined and so honest that he's like brutally honest, you know? And it's okay to be brutally honest, but not disrespectful or insulting people. Not that you would do that, I'm just saying. And the next card is how you should go about this, how you should go about creating this sort of tower moment to clean up your life. And you have the Empress. And it's very interesting because the Empress is this energy of pure creation. It's like Mother Nature. And basically, when you are yourself, when you allow yourself to be who you truly are, you'll have this sort of river of inspiration and insights coming to you. And that will lead you to be in this energy of the Empress. She's the one that creates projects. She's the energy that creates worlds, and you have that in you. You already had the magician here. That's energy that can manifest anything. You have the power to do that. You can manifest anything you want, anything you think about. That's why it's very important to keep an eye on your thoughts here and not be imprisoned by this negative pattern that you've been having in the past. Now, it feels like the universe, it's like trying to offer you something, some sort of insight, some sort of idea, something that can help you move forward. Because the Empress is clarified by Four of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, and Strength. And it's like you'll get that help from the universe, but you'll get it when you'll feel more yourself, when you are more relaxed, when you are contemplating, when you take moments out of your day to just relax, like relax your mind and stop being so into your own head. Stop your ego controlling your thoughts. They're just thoughts, they're not who you are, right? And the universe is trying to offer you something, and it feels like this is like a seed that you can plant and it will grow into something so wonderful. It will give you abundance and prosperity and stability and happiness with the Seven of Pentacles here. And with the Strength card, this is the card of being calm, the card of being patient, the card of you're catching more flies with honey, right? This is the Empress for you. And I know it might be hard to get into this sort of energy of the Empress, but you do have it in you. You just have to give yourself a bit of time to find it, to activate it in yourself, especially during the summer when usually people are more laid back, there's vacation time, and even if you're not going on vacation, the weather is usually nicer, and you can spend a lot more time outside in nature, in Mother Nature, to draw some energy from it. Now, what all of this work is going to bring to you, the benefit. The benefit is the Two of Pentacles. And this is about you learning this summer how to be balanced even in the most awful situations. Not that there's some awful situations waiting for you in the fall. It's just that you will learn how to be centered this summer. You will learn how to be just like this guy. Like for anyone else doing this juggling act with the pentacles on a rope would be incredibly difficult, almost impossible. But for him, it's not. It's just what he does. And this is what you can have. This is the reward that you can reap from the work that you'll be doing this summer. You might find yourself in the future in some sort of perhaps disagreements, or surrounded by people that have this negative energy, or surrounded by conflict or disagreements or whatever it is, and you'll be able to keep the energy, your energy intact, because it's something that you can do with the Empress energy. And after a Tower moment, after leaving behind those negative people in your life, or those that criticize you, or those that just have that energy that keeps you down, you'll have enough space to work on yourself properly, because it's very hard to work on yourself and try to put the pieces of yourself together and find yourself and realize what you want, who you are, when doing the work, and then you meet someone that is very negative and all the work that you've done is just crashing down. It's very hard to do that when you're surrounded by that kind of those kind of people. And that's what you'll learn this summer. You'll make space for yourself, to be this Empress, to activate that energy of the Empress in yourself, and for the future learn how to best react in situations that are perhaps heavy or the energy is not right. You'll just know what to do. You'll know what to say. You'll know when to step away from that conflict. And most importantly, you will not have internal conflict. You will know how to resolve that. You will learn that you're not your thoughts. You'll learn that you can change your negative patterns. You will learn how to observe that, observe your feelings, emotions, without getting too involved, like when you get angry and the rage takes over and you say things that you don't mean, or you do things that later on are very hard to fix. That won't be happening anymore, because you'll notice the rage like from the first minute that it arises, and you'll be able to handle it. You'll realize that I'm not this energy, I'm not this emotion. I'm feeling it, but it will pass, and then I'll be balanced enough to do what's right, say what's right. And that's what Two of Pentacles is about: balance, learning how to be balanced in life. Well, I hope, Aries, you have found this helpful. I hope it made sense. The cards are pretty clear. It's going to be an interesting summer for you. And even though I felt it from the beginning that you've had some tough times in the recent past, where you're going is wonderful. It's just such a good energy. You just have to have a bit of faith in yourself. You should have faith in yourself, because you have a lot to give to the world. I am so sure of that. I can feel it right here on this table. It's the energy. Your energy is here, and I can feel it. And it would be a pity if you can't feel it, or if you wouldn't feel it as well. So I hope you have a great summer, and I'll see you soon. Bye.